Hi, so March 14th, 2020, I'm standing in front of my Philly home, packing up a U-Haul with my husband, moving him to Lancaster. Not because we were getting divorced, it was this brilliant idea we had. My husband was starting a new job in Harrisburg, and we thought this would be great. I'll live in Philly, he'll live in an apartment in Lancaster, commute to Harrisburg for a new job, come home on weekends, this'll work. That was not quite in the plan. So we move him to Lancaster on Saturday, and I hang out with him all weekend. Monday morning, he starts his new job, takes the Amtrak to Harrisburg. I go to the grocery store to buy all the groceries he's going to need to live in Lancaster, stock up his whole refrigerator and cupboards, and I buy a cake. We're big celebratory cake fans, or we were then. We're no longer those addicts, but I buy a special cake for his first day. On my way home from the grocery store, I get into a car accident, and I totaled my car, and the groceries are all over the car. The cake is a mess, but it's still in the container, so I'm like, okay. So after the car accident, I'm afraid to call my husband because this is his first day of work. You know, I don't want to bother him. Hey, sorry, but I totaled our only vehicle, and so I collect all my groceries that are scattered all over the car, load them all up, load up the cake. I'm carrying that. It's only 3/4 of a mile walk, so I decide I can do this. Well, I'm shook up from the from the car accident, and I'm all shaky, and I'm walking back to the apartment, and I trip and fall on the sidewalk. There goes my cake, but it's still in its container. So I don't have a lot of cake pride, so I'm like, okay, it's ugly, it's horrible, but it's still cake, right? So I get all this back to the apartment. I still don't want to tell my husband about this. He comes home from work. I'd made him a nice dinner. The cake is in the refrigerator. After dinner, I decide to serve the cake, you know? So what it looks like. I bring the cake out. I set it on the table. The only thing readable on the cake is the AY in, you know, like happy first day. So it says A. So I said, A. And he's like, what happened? So I tell him. So that's how his first day went. The next day I jump on the Amtrak, because neither one of us has a car anymore. I jump on the Amtrak, I go back to Philly to live in our house. I meet my son and his girlfriend who just found out that they have to leave New York City, because apparently there's a shutdown in New York City, because that's New York City, right? So he comes to the house with his girlfriend to quarantine. Tuesday night, I'm there quarantining with him. I get off the Amtrak. They say the Amtrak Keystone Line is shutting down today. And I'm thinking, oh my God, my husband's in another city. It's shutting down. So I call him and say, you have to come home. You have to come back to Philly. He comes back. 4 days later, all four of us who are safely quarantining together all have COVID. So that was fun for my husband's first week. He's still working. He's working remotely, thank goodness. 4 months later, we are living in Lancaster. We sell our house. We buy a house in Lancaster. He is still working remotely. And I don't buy celebratory cakes anymore. Thank you.